We stopped when we are looking at management of receivables, and we said, as far as management of receivables, we had three processes: analyzing the credit or credit analysis, correction controls, and then the credit controls. So credit control procedures, correction control procedures. Then we were looking at, by the time we ended, we were looking at credit policy decisions. I think that's what we were looking at, credit policy decisions. And we said, as far as credit policy decisions, we can classify them into three. The first one we talked about was extending a credit period. That was number one. Extending a credit period. That was the first credit policy that we talked about. And we said, in this case, the entity is evaluating whether to extend the current credit policy or credit period or not. So this involves evaluating whether to change the current credit period or not. And we said the decision is made based on the benefits, and the costs associated with the policy. So if you are evaluating whether to extend the credit period, what you are going to look at, what are the benefits of extending the credit period, and what are the costs that may be associated with extending the credit period. I can give a simple example. Some of the benefits. We talked about the benefits, and we said the benefits may include increase in sales, increase in the sales revenue, that if the credit policy is changed, you expect that the sales revenue will increase. And what are going to be the costs? The costs of the policy. You may experience an increase in the bad debt, increase in the bad debt. You may have an increase in the administrative cost. And you may also have increase in the finance cost. What we are talking about here is that, assume that the company had a credit policy. Let's assume that the company had a credit policy of customers paying maybe in 30 days. That is your credit policy, that the customers are paying in 30 days. Now you want to change the policy, from 30 maybe to from 30 days to 60 days. So the question here is, if I'm to change from 30 to 60 days, what are the benefits that are associated with this change in the policy? And we said the key benefit that you may experience by changing the policy is the increase in the sales revenue. that if you change the policy, you expect that your sales revenue will increase. But the key cost associated with this change in policy, that as a result of changing the policy, you expect that your bad debt, because you're going to have many debtors, you expect that your bad debt is going to increase. You also expect to incur high cost to administer the sales ledger, and you will need more money to finance the receivables. So you're going to compare the benefits and look at the costs, and then come up with a decision whether to change the policy or you don't change the policy. You can look at a simple example. The company's annual credit sales is 100 million, and the customers pay in 30 days. The company is evaluating a change in the credit policy from 30 days to 90 days. This change will lead to an increase Let's look at this example. The company's annual credit sales is 100 million, and the customers pay in 30 days. The company is evaluating a change in a credit policy from 30 days to 90 days. This change will lead to an increase in sales by 30%. The current provision for bad debt is 2% of credit of sales. The change in credit policy will lead to an increase in the provision for bad debt to 4%, and the administration cost will increase from 2 million to 2.8 million. The receivables are financed by an overdraft at a rate of 10%, and the gross profit margin is 25%. We are required to evaluate whether the company should change the policy. So, this is the question as far as to changing the credit policy is concerned. As we said, what you need is to look at the benefit and look at the costs that are associated with the policy. So if you look at this question, the benefit of the policy is the increase in the sales. Benefit of the policy is increase in sales by 30%. By 30%. So I'm going to have 30% times 100 M. So it means our sales will be 100. Oh, sorry. 100 times 30%. That is going to be the increase in the sales. And the question has told us our gross profit margin is 30%. So our gross profit will be this times 30%. So that is going to be the gross profit on the sales, or the profit on the sales. Hey, 25%, sorry. Okay, I think I misread. 25%. That is the gross profit that are related to the sales. Now, what is the costs? Costs associated with the policy. What's going to be the cost? This is 30, sorry. This is 30. The margin, the increase is 30. What is changing is the gross profit margin. Okay, I've got it. So the first is going to be the increase in bad debt. So we are going to have an increase in bad debt, which is going to be 4% times 130 M minus 2% times 100 M. %, times 130 minus 2% times 100. don't know if my thing is true. Is it 2 million? Can you use your calculator? As if I'm not. Can you check your calculator? Yeah, I think it's like that. Then I also have an increase in administration cost. Increase in admin cost, which is going to be 2.8 minus 2m. Then I get the increase in admin cost of 800. Another one is the because your receivables is increasing, so you may have an increase in finance cost. Increase in finance cost, which I'm going to make a working number one. So my working number one, I'm going to have increase in finance cost, and to get the increase in finance cost, I need to look at the increase in the receivables. The increase in the receivables will give me the increase in finance cost. So in this case, I need to get what is my current receivables. Current receivables, which is because currently customers are paying in 30 days. So at the end of the year, your receivable will be 30 over 365. We are assuming the 365 days times 100 million. I have 30 days over 365 times 100. This is the current receivable at the end of the year. What is the new receivable after introducing new receivable? The new receivable, if you look in our question, our customers are going to be paying in 90 days. So it's going to be 90 days divided by 365 times the total credit sales after the increase, which is 130 million. So it is 90 over 365 times 130. This is going to be the new receivable after introducing the new policy. So what is the increase in the receivable? Increase in the receivable is going to be this minus this. That is going to be the increase in the receivable. This increase in the receivable is going to be financed by an overdraft, because they said here receivable are financed by an overdraft at 10%. So this increase is going to be financed by an overdraft. So my finance cost is going to be 10% times the increase in the receivable 23, 835, 616. Times 10%. This is going to be the increase in the finance cost. So our total cost will be, so this is the total cost for the new policy. Total cost for the new policy. So if you look at this, this is the total cost. If the policy is introduced, that's the money you are going to incur for that policy. And this is the benefit you are getting from the policy. So our net profit or our net benefit will be the gross profit minus the total cost. So we are having a profit of 1.1. So since we are having a profit, the company should change the credit period. The company should change the credit period. So that is how you are going to analyze a policy involving extending a credit period. I don't know if you have a question on this. I don't know if I can open the microphone. I don't know if you have a question on changing the credit policy. Any question? Make a comment, at least in the WhatsApp. If there is no question, we can move on. Okay. So I think we can move on. Another policy. I think the other one was 2-1. I don't know how I numbered. Number 1. Number 2, introducing a discount. Introducing a discount. This is the second policy, introducing a discount. So it also involves evaluating whether the company should introduce a discount or not. So this involves evaluating whether the company should introduce a discount or not. The decision is made by comparing the cost of the discount and the benefits accruing to the discount. We are looking at the second part, is whether to introduce a discount or not. And if you are to introduce a discount, you are going to look at the costs. What are the costs of introducing a discount, and what are the benefits for introducing a discount? Then evaluate the cost. Compare the cost and the benefits. So if you look, I can summarize for you. If you look at the cost involved in a discount, is the only cost is the cost of the discount. Cost of a discount. Because when you introduce a discount, you expect that your receivables is going to reduce. So because the receivable is going to reduce, you are going to enjoy the benefits of saving the interest on the receivable. So then if you look at the benefits, you can have a saving in interest, So if you introduce a discount, you expect your receivables to reduce. So if your receivable reduces, then it means you may save a finance cost that you are used to finance the receivables. You can also have a saving in bad debt in a case because you expect your bad debt to reduce, saving in bad debt or decrease in bad debt, decrease in bad debt. So those are maybe the advantages that can accrue if a company introduces a discount. So if you can look at a simple example, so the annual because if you yeah, if it's sometimes it can, if sales can increase, if sales have increased, it also it can be a benefit. If it is a discount on price, it can lead to an increase in sales. Yeah, it can happen if it's a price discount. You can also have an increase in sales. It can happen if it is a price discount. Increase in sales. So the annual credit sales for company X is 50 million, and the customers and the credit policy is 30 days. So let's use 1 month. 1 month, although the customers pay in 3 months. The company Do these policies have their specific format for resolving a question related to them? It is going to depend, Mr. PC, on how the question, what the question requires. So we are going to look at some of the past paper questions after getting the theoretical part, and we see how the questions are asked in this part. So the annual credit sale for the company X is 50 million, and the credit policy, and the company has a credit policy of 1 month, although the customer pay in 3 months. Also, although the credit policy is 1 month, but customers pay in 3 months. The company is facing a cash flow problem and wishes to introduce a discount of 4% to every customer that will pay in 1 month. It is expected that 80% of the customer will accept the discount and pay in 1 month, while 20% will continue paying in 3 months. Advise whether the company should introduce a discount or not if the receivables are financed by an overdraft. So, what is going to be our cost? Well, we can start with the benefits. Our benefits will be the decrease in receivables, if any. You can only have a decrease in finance cost. Decrease in finance cost, which is going to be our working number one. So working one is a decrease in finance cost. So we need to look at our current receivable. What is the current receivable with the current policy? The current policy is 1 month, but customers are paying in 3 months. So what will be the receivables at the end with when customer are paying in 3 months? So our current receivables will be 3/12 times the 50 million. That's going to be the receivables at the end of the period. 3/12 times 50 million. So at the end, the company will have a receivable of 12,500,000. So what is the new receivable when you introduce a discount? New receivable when a discount is introduced, it's going to be, if they introduce a discount, customers are expected to pay in 1 month. So it's going to be 1/12 times 50 million. But it is only 80% of the customers that are going to accept a discount. So I multiply by 80%. Then plus those customers which will remain paying in 3 months, which will be 3/12 times 50 million, and these are only 20%. I don't know what you can tell me there with your calculator. What's the value with your calculator, friends? One over 12 times 50 times 80%. 3/12 times 50 times 20%. 35,833,333. So that's going to be the new receivable if the discount is introduced. So the decrease in receivable, decrease in receivables, decrease in receivables is going to be this minus this. I get the decrease in the receivables, and they told us this receivable is financed by an overdraft of 70%. So decrease in finance cost, our decrease in finance cost will be 70% times 667 times 7%. So this is going to be our benefit, 466,667. This is the benefit that is going to come from the new policy as a result of a decrease in the finance cost. Now, what are the costs associated? The costs of the policy. So, based on the question, the only cost of the policy we have is the discount cost. Discount cost, which is going to be they said that it is expected that 80% of the customers are going to take a discount. So it's going to be 50 million times 4% discount times 80%. Those are going to take the discount. How did we get? We got the decrease in finance cost by getting the decrease in receivable times the overdraft cost, the cost of the overdraft, which is 70%. Because the question said that overdraft receivables are financed by overdraft. So I'm getting the decrease in the receivable times the overdraft cost, then to get the decrease in the finance cost. So here I will have 50 million times 4% times 80%. This is the cost of the discount. So if you look at this, you can find that the discount cost is above the benefit you are getting. So in that case, it may not be advisable. So our net benefit is going to be minus. In this case, you cannot introduce a discount. You'll be getting a loss. So the conclusion is time. Why didn't you consider time in calculating the cost of a discount? Now, our customers is from the 50 million. That's what you're getting the customers. It is 50 million. Of this 50 million, 80% of them are going to accept a discount and pay. So what is going to be the cost of the discount at that end? So we don't need to proportionate. So it is not advisable to introduce a discount because the company will be making, if a company introduces a discount, it will be making a loss. So that is the second one we are talking about, which is about credit decision policies. Number 3 is the factoring of receivables. So is any situation under introducing this where we can face an increase in finance cost if there is an increase in receivables? It's going to depend on how the cost is. Probably you may find that maybe the sales have increased. If the sales have increased, you may expect that your receivable are going to increase and you are going to need more money to finance. Mugwiza, on current receivable, why did you consider 3/12 only? Because they said, if you look at the question, Mugwiza, it said the policy is 1 month, but customers are paying in 3 months. So what is going to be your receivables at the end of the year if customers are paying in 3 months? So it's going to be 3/12 times the credit sales. That's why we are using that. I don't know if there's another question I've not mentioned, I've not talked about. Okay, I think others have talked about them. I think I've answered you, Mugwiza, because customers are going to be paying in 3 months. That is why you are having 3/12. Now, in factoring, it is when a company employs a factor company to manage its debtors or to manage its receivable ledgers. So the company employ an outside company that is going to be responsible for managing the receivable ledger. That is what we call a factoring. So we can say that factoring is an arrangement where the company employs a factor company to manage its receivable ledger. That's what we call a factoring. In this arrangement, the company employ an outside company to correct its debts or to manage its debts. That's what we call a factoring. What are the advantages? I can mention some or advantage of factoring. One of the advantages that the receivable ledger is managed by experts. The receivable ledger is managed by experts. So you commission your receivable ledger, and that receivable ledger is going to be managed by an expert. Why we considered time in determining a decrease in finance cost and not consider time on the latter. Which latter are you talking about, Yosam? Okay, I can come back here. No problem. Now, what we are looking at, Yosam, here is that if I sell 50 million as on credit, if I sell 50 million on credit and the customers, they pay me every month, they take a month to pay. So what is going to remain unpaid at the end? It's only 1 month that will remain unpaid. So if I want to get the receivable at the end, if customer pay me every month and I want to get the receivable at the end, it will be 50 million I've sold divided by 12. I get the receivables at the end if customers pay me every month. Now, if customers pay, so in that case, you're going to get how much is going to be your receivable at the end. Now, if customers, they take 3 months to pay you, what is going to be the receivable at the end of the year? It will be 3 over 12, then times the 50 million. Then you can get the receivables at the end. So look at the current receivable and look at the new policy receivable. I don't know if I've explained to you that. Now, if we come to a discount, if we're analyzing our discount, the discount is going to be calculated on the credit sales. If all customers are going to pay in the same period, so it means all these customers who are buying will go for a discount. But here they said only 80% of your customers are going to take a discount. I don't know if I'm answering your question, Yosam. So then too, the company can finance its growth from sales. The company can finance its sales, its growth from sales. You can finance because you are going to be selling and then you'll be getting money. You can finance the company's growth using your sales. Another advantage, which I'm not saying that I'm finishing them, is that the company can solve the cash flow problems because the factor company will make an advance payment. The company can be able to solve its cash flow problems. On question 1, I don't understand where 2383 increase in receivables. Example 1, 23, this one. This is the current receivable at the current date. This is the current receivable if we consider the current policy. Because at the current policy, customers are paying in 30 days. So at the end of the year, you will have this receivable. Now, if you introduce a new policy, customers are going to be paying in 90 days. So at the end of the year, you're going to have this as your receivable. So the increase will be this minus this. The new receivable minus the old receivable, then you can get the increase in the receivable. This increase in the receivable is financed by an overdraft at 10%. So you get the increase times the overdraft, then you get your finance cost. I hope it is okay. So types of factor company. Factor companies are classified into two. Factor companies are classified into two. We have what we call recas and non-recas. We have a recas and a non-recas. A recas is a factor company which do not take risk of the bad debt. Is a factor company which do not take risk for bad debt. It means that if you have a recas factor company, in the case of a bad debt, they don't take that risk. That's what we call a recas. Then a non-recas is a factor company that takes risks for bad debt. A non-recas, for them, they can take a risk. In the case of a bad debt, they are the one to suffer the loss. But Fericas, in case of a bad debt, for them they don't suffer loss. That's what we call a ricas and a non-ricas. So you need to look at the question whether it is looking for ricas or a non-ricas. If in case of risk of bad debt, the company does not bear the risks, does not suffer the loss, then that one is a ricas. But in the case of a bad debt, if a company is going to suffer the loss, then that one is a non-ricas. Now, when you are evaluating a factor company, still what is important is to compare the benefit associated with the factor company and compare the costs associated with the factor company. So the decision to employ a factor company depends on the benefits and costs associated with the factor company. So you are going to evaluate, when you are making a decision, you are going to evaluate the benefits and also look at the costs associated with the factor company. Then from there, you can be able to make a decision. So if you can look at the benefits, you can maybe having a saving in finance cost, that if you employ a factor company, you can save the finance cost. You can also look at if it is a non-recurrence, you are going to also have to save a bad debt, saving in a bad debt. But this one for non-recurrence. For a non-recurrence, you can also have a saving in administration cost, saving in admin cost. These are going to be the benefits that you may need to evaluate if you are dealing with a factor company. What are the costs? Costs for a factor company. For a factor company, the cost of a factor company, number one, the commission charged. The commission charged by the factor company. When the factor company gives a loan or gives we employ the company will charge money to be able to manage that receivable. They're going to charge a cost. So that is going to be a cost to the business. You can also have, because factor company, they make an advance payment on the receivables. So when they give you an advance payment, they are going to charge interest. So you'll have an interest on advance payment because they pay you, they give you some money. So on that money they pay you, there is an interest they charge on the money. So compare the benefits and look at the costs, and then you can be able to make a decision whether to employ a company or not employing a company. We can look at an example before we go for detailed examples. So the annual credit sales of the company is 100 million. And the customers pay in 3 months. The admin cost the administration cost for the receivable ledger is 1 million, and the current bad debt is 2% of credit sales. Currently, the company is facing a cash flow problem and wishes to employ a factor company. To manage receivable ledger. Let's look at this example. The annual credit sales of the company is 100 million and the customer pay in 3 months. The administration cost for the receivable ledger is 1 million and the current bad debt is 2% of credit sales. Currently, the company is facing a cash flow problem and wishes to employ a factor company to manage the receivable ledger. The company will reduce the credit period to 1 month and make an advance payment of 80% of the receivables and charge an interest of 8%. The company will also charge a commission of 2% on sales. That's the factor company. The receivables are financed by an overdraft at a rate of 11%. Advise the management on whether to employ a factor company. So this is a simple question on how to evaluate the receivables, sorry, the factoring of the receivables. So as we said, what you need here is to compare. Look at the cost and the benefits of employing a factor company. Now, the first direct, assume, let's say part A, assume a recurse. Assume a recurse receivable. And the part B, a non-recurse receivable. Let's assume that. Now, if we are assuming that our factor company is a recurse, part A, a recurse factor company, a recurse factor company. For a recurse factor company, we said we don't assume the bad debt. So in this case, what we are looking at is this saving in administration cost. So our benefits, the benefits, we shall have a saving in admin cost in the case a factor company is employed of 1 million. That is one. We are going to have a saving in administration cost of 1 million. Then another one will be the saving in finance cost. Saving in finance cost in the case a factor company is employed, and this is going to be a working. So probably I can make this saving working one. That is a saving in finance cost. So our saving in finance cost, we are going to have our current receivable, current receivables, and they said current customers are paying in 3 months, which is 3 over 12 times 100 million. That's going to be the current receivable. 3 over 12 times 100. And our new receivable after employing the factor company is going to be it depends. If the question is in 3 months, then you can put in 3 months. If it is days, then you use days. Our new receivable, if a factor company is employed, will be 1 month, 1 over 12 times 100. Consider the charging your PC. It is about to be off. My computer is on charge. I hope maybe it is a different computer. Mine is it is having power. Then we are having 75% of the receivable being taken plus 3 over 12 times 25%. So what do I have here? I can have here 1 over 12 times 100 million times 75%. It's taking 80%, eh? I think I'm reading wrong information. It's taking, sorry, 80%. Where am I getting the 75? Eight is sorry, 80 is the advance, not what it is. So it's taking the whole receivables. Yes, 80 is advance. I think it is the advance payment. Yes, it's true. Yes, I've got it. Yeah, 80 is advance. Yes, advance payment, not the taking the whole receivables. So this is going to be 1 over 12 times 100. That is the new receivable. So the decrease in the receivables will be this times sorry minus this. This is the decrease in the receivable. So saving in finance cost will be this times our finance cost. I don't know what percentage. 11%. . Wow. What if it's covering all the receivables? No, it is taking only it, that's why it's taking all the receivables, but that advance payment is on only only on 80% of the receivables. So in this case, we are having a saving of 1.8. Uh, so the total will be that. Then the costs we are having the commission, which is 2%. Is it 2%? Uh, where comes 1.8? I think it's 1.8. This one. That's what we have got. Have you got it? Saving in finance cost at 11. Is it 11%? At 11%. So our commission is is charging a commission of 2% on sales. 2% times our sales, which is 100 million. 2% times 100 million. Then we also look at the finance charge. The finance charge, which is going to be the finance charge is 8%. 8% times our receivables. Our receivables 8833, then times 80%. Wow. Where and why do we calculate finance cost on change of receivables? And so finance charges may be applicable to non-recurs. Yes, because if it's going to finance your receivables, as long as you're going to take the money, what you for no, finance charge may be applicable. No, I think you are looking at it in different way. The only difference between a recurs and a non-recurs is that in a recurs you don't consider bad debt. But if your receivables are going to be financed at the end, then you are going to be charged at the end. Then Nadej is saying, why do we calculate finance cost? Decrease, is it a finance cost? Saving in finance cost. Because if you are financing your receivables at 25 million, when you employ a factor company, you only need to finance receivable by 8.3. So in this case, it means your receivables will decrease by 16 million. So this money is going to be saved. So I have 8% times 80%. This is the total costs of factor company. So if I compare this cost, doctor, we can determine the best option by assessing and comparing the net profit on each option. Or this is the only method. I don't know, Yosam, what? No, this is not the only method. This is part A. I don't know if you're looking at which option. This is part A of the question that this is not the only method to do this. There is another method, but this for me, this is what I consider as the easiest way to do it. I don't know, because you can look at also the changes in this finance cost, and then you calculate. This for me, what I consider the easiest way to do the factor company, but there is another method you can use. So in this case, you can employ, the company can employ a factor company. The net benefit. So the company can employ a factor company. I don't know if you have a question on this part. We can now look at these questions. I think I can copy. The first question is this one, which is December 2019. We can go through it very fast and see how to handle it, and then we can go to another part. This is the first question. It is in December. Hey, Fericus. Oh, I thought because it is almost the same. The only change is the body date. We have seen, there any other that examine can? Uh-huh. Beside those costs and benefits, we have seen, are there any other? Huh? No, 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 no. I don't think It depends, but almost they rotate in these angles. For a factor company, you cannot move outside this. For discount, you cannot move outside those one we have seen. For extending the what, you cannot move. They're almost the same. Uh, how to treat the same question when we are using a non-recurse? My friends, I'm saying the only difference you are going to find here is that you are going to include the body debts that the company is going to save. That's the only issue that you. Oh, there is a reflection sounds. So can you find an issue? Oh, my nani is not okay. I don't know. So what can I do? There is an echo. Is it okay now? Someone saying there is an echo in my microphone. Is it okay? I'm saying if it is a recurse, if you are dealing with an recurse, the only thing you're going to have here is a saving in body debt. You'll have a saving in body debt as the extra saving, because in the non-recurse, this one they're going to take the cost for body debt. I want us to look at this question of 2019 December, and we can move very fast such that we don't waste time. I want us to look at another part. CAM Business Limited has been in the business of cars repair, selling parts imported from Dubai and Europe. The company's performance for the last 2 years is as below. So this is your profit and loss. This is your statement of financial position. This is the statement of financial position. And they're saying during the recent senior management meeting, it was resolved that they need to revise its strategy, including a sound credit policy and a robust investment strategy. The CEO of the company held the performance made in 2018, specifically the sales growth rate, which they say is commendable, but wondered why the net profit reduced and thus called upon a deep assessment of underlying causes of such a reduction. One of the directors commented that normally an increase in sales accompanied by a decline in profitability is one of the symptoms of overtrading. The marketing manager tabled a proposal to revise the credit policy for the next increase for the next year. Increase the credit period from the current 2018 receivable days to 60 days and offer a cash discount of 10% to customers who would like to pay in the current receivable days. He estimated that this will increase sales revenue by 25%, which is a good performance compared to the stiff competition that is coming in the market. He further estimates that about 70% of the client will accept the proposed credit policy, while the rest will accept the proposed discount terms, and that additional sales will also increase operating costs by 600. The company currently pays 20% of interest on its bank overdraft. I think this is a repetition. Uh-huh. In other business, the CEO informed the participant on a range of issues, including call to attend the Muganda community-based work organized on the next Saturday, and even that the company has pledged to pay this. This is a different part. Evaluate the concern of the director that KB Limited may be overtrading. Advise on the viability of the proposed credit policy. So that is the question I want us to look at. So the key ratio, if you look at overtrading, the key ratio, the first key ratio to use in evaluating overtrading is the current ratio. Check the current ratio of the company. I think that is what we need. Well, that's the first one you can look at. Look at the current ratio. Look at the quick ratio. Then you can also check the stock days. Look at the receivable days. Receivable days. And you can also check the overdraft. Increase in overdraft. These are the key ratios, or increase in sales. These are the key ratios that you may need to calculate when you are assessing. Yeah? I don't know what you are asking. The question is written there. It's December 2019. So I think you can do the overtrading because you are look. For example, if you look at the current ratio, our current ratio. If you check the current ratio, that is current assets over current liabilities. So this is 2018. This is 2017. The first one is like our current ratio, which is current assets divided by the current liabilities. If you check that, I think you can do this one. The addition is here. I think they can take us time. The totals here. I have car inventory. I think you can do these ones, these ratios. I'm seeing getting these totals can take us time. But this is an increase. There is an increase in overdraft by a certain percentage. Automatically, this indicator shows there is an overtrading. If you check your overdraft here, it has increased almost by 50%. You can also check your payables. Remember, you can check these. You can do these others. You can calculate these ratios. I'm seeing that you may take time to calculate them. So if you look at the credit policy, the current credit policy, so after computing, what do you do? Because what we need to look at is to compare these ratios in the 2 years and see if the company is overtrading. And remember, for this ratio, it should be your current asset being two more than the current. If the current liabilities are more than the current asset, it's an indicator. Then from here you can evaluate whether the company is overtrading or is not overtrading. So the next one is this is what I wanted to look at, but these ratios you can calculate them for overtrading. I have from here. They said that the marketing manager tabled a proposal to revise the credit policy for the next year, increase the credit period from the current 2018 receivable days to 60 days and offer a discount. So the new receivable days will be new receivable days is going to be 60 days. And our discount is 10% to the who would like to pay in the current receivable days. So what is our current receivable days? That's what we need to get. The current receivable days. Our current receivable days is our sales. I hope we are assuming that all the sales are on credit. Our credit sales, which is how much? 295 890 411 295 890 890. Yeah? I don't know what the head is having. 411 411 divided by 7.2. Times how many days are they telling us to use? 360, 365. They're not telling us to use. Let's say 665. 295 890 411 divided by 7.2 times 365. So our current receivable days is 15 days. So it means that 10% of the customer who are going to take a discount will pay in 15 days. Those who are not going to take a discount will pay in 60 days. That's what it means in this question. Okay, So, what is the current, our current sales? Our current sales is 7.2. That's the current sales. And the question said that the new credit policy will lead to an increase in sales by 25%. So increase in sales by 25%. So this is going to be this times 25%. That is the increase in sales as a result of the new credit policy. So from this information, you can be able to get the gross profit margin. The gross profit margin, which is, because the question did not give us the gross profit margin, but we can get it from here. This is our gross profit, 3.75, 3,750 divided by 7,200. Which is 52.1%. 3,750 divided by 7,200 so I can get my gross margin, which is 3,750 divided by 7,200, which is 52%. So our gross profit will be this. This is the gross profit for the new policy. Now, they have said, if you look at the question, that if either 70% of the client will accept the credit policy, means 70% of the client will pay in 60 days, and 30% will pay in 15 days. 70% of the client will pay in 60 days, while 30% will pay in 15 days. So that is what we have now. So we already have our current receivable, which we have. Our current receivable for the current policy is 7.2. Sorry, is 295, 890, 411. This is the current receivable. What is going to be the new receivable if you introduce the policy? Our new receivable will be 60 over 365 times the total sales here, which I think becomes 9 billion. This plus this. I've removed the 3 zeros. I can add them. My screen is not sharing. It's here showing that it's sharing. Please check. Is my screen sharing? Where did you get 3750? 3750. I got them from my sales here. Hey, I think I made a mistake. It's 3450. 3450. Not 3750. 3 it is 3450. So it is 48%. We are looking at the new receivables. The new receivables will be the 60 over 365 times the 9 billion, which is the new sales after after introducing the new policy, plus 15 over 365 times the 9 billion. And this is 30%, and here it is 60%. I don't know if we are moving together up to this point. What we want here is an increase or decrease in receivables. After you have introduced the policy, is your receivable increasing or decreasing? I don't know what I'm seeing. This is 70. Okay, thank you. So now we can get this. It's going to be, if I can put it maybe here, 60 over 365 times 9 times 70%. Then another one is 15 over 365 times 9, then times 30%. So the total here is it true? So it means our increase in receivable will be our new receivable will be this total here. I hope my calculator is okay. So this is the current receivable, and this is the new receivables after introducing the policy. So you're going to have an increase in the receivables, increase in the receivables of this minus this. This is the increase in the receivables as a result of the policy you have introduced. So, and they said the question is that the overdraft is 20%. So it means this receivable will be financed. So we're going to have an increase in finance cost. Which will be 20% times 850. That is the new receivables at 20%, which is going to be this times 20%. This is the finance cost as a result of the new policy. Then they also told us, so if now I can, if I come to the benefits of the policy, what I have is the gross profit margin, which we got as our gross profit, which is this. Then if you look at the costs, the costs associated with the policy, I will have increase in the finance cost, which we have got as this. But we also said we have an operating cost. If you remember, of 600 million, we have an operating cost, increase in operating cost of 600. So our total cost becomes that. This is the total cost. So we are comparing this and this one. I don't know if look where it is 3750, the gross profit. Someone told me it is who told me? Gross profit, 3750. Yeah, who made me to change? Here, someone made me to change this. Isaac, nobody. I'm the one who didn't look at it. So now we can get our net benefit, which is going to be our gross profit minus these costs. So your advice that the company should change the credit policy. The company should change the credit policy. Can I open the microphone? The microphones are open. Hello, the microphone is open. Please, you can ask a question. The microphone is open. If you have something to ask. I'm waiting for you to ask. Please, the microphones are open. You can ask, you can comment.
We, some of us don't have comments or questions.
What has gone wrong? Is it clear?
Well, not necessarily something going wrong, but
Most of us are lost, sir.
Where, sir?
for me, I am with you.
Where are you lost?
We shall recover when you share with us this, they call it the video and Excel. We shall recover everything. There's no problem.
Okay.
I think the difficult part is that we were getting figures from the question paper, and maybe some of us didn't have these papers printed, so you could copy figures and we don't know where you are getting them, but at least other than that part, the rest is okay.
Exactly.
Because because the question is very big, so I was just getting the data from here. Probably, I don't know.
No, it's actually not a complaint. It's just a comment, you know.
Okay, yeah, it's understandable. Probably I would have summarized the data first. I think that was the mistake probably I did. I would have summarized the data first from the question. I thought you were also following the question. Any other issue?
There isn't. Let us proceed, sir.
Okay. Another question is this one. Probably this time I'm going to summarize the data well. This one I forgot to put. This is a December 2021, I think. Let's look at this one again. I hope this time I should move slowly. And we said the conclusion the company should do change the credit policy because it is getting a profit. Let's look at this one. Ndahiro Rwanda Limited deals in the general merchandise business with a number of different outlets which are used as distribution channels. Most of the company's sales are on credit with only 10% on cash basis. There is a discount cost. Oh, sorry, you have reminded me. Had forgotten it. Sorry, yes. There is a discount cost.
We are rushing. That's the reason.
There is a discount cost. I had forgotten it. There's a discount, eh? A discount cost. I think I had forgotten it, and I summarized the data for discount. The discount is what? The discount is 10%. It is here. So our discount cost will be 10% times the credit sale, which is 9 billion. Then times 15%. Who are going to take the discount? Sorry, I did not look at that. I had forgotten the discount cost. So we are having 10% times 9. Then times 15%. It can change even our decision. Yeah, still I think we still have the benefit. Sorry, I'd forgotten this discount cost to compute it. So the discount, we are calculating it on the sales, but they said only 15% are going to accept a discount. Come back it a bit to the question on paragraph of discount. Okay. It is here. It is here. Increase in the credit policy from this to 60 days. Discount of 10% to the customer who would like to pay in the current receivable days. So the current receivable days is 15. I think we saw this one. Can we move on? Can you look at this one? Probably it's going to help us to understand more this part. Ndahiro? Rwanda Limited deals in general merchandise business with a number of different outlets which are used as distribution channels. Most of the company sales are on credit with only 10% on cash basis. The total annual sales, so we have total annual sales, total annual sales is 400 million. That's the total annual sales. And they said, so 10% of this annual sales is on cash. So our cash sales is 10%, which is this times 10%. I get the cash sales. Then credit sales will be, the credit sales will be this minus this one. I get the credit sales. So that's the first information. The marketing department has been facing challenges in selling the company's product, which has been witnessed by the decrease in sales by 20% as compared to 2020, despite the fact that 2020 was the year of lockdowns due to COVID pandemic. The credit policy is 15 days. So the current credit policy is 15 days. 15 days. Where 15% come from in the discount calculations? Where does 15% come from? They said, hey, it is 30%. I don't know. I think I'm the one who is getting tired. It is 30%. So I'm the one getting tired, I think. Those are going to take a discount at 30%, not 15%. Wow. Which changes a lot. I think so the company should not change the credit policy. After that, I think now I should summarize the data and then the marketing. Okay, then we have here the current credit policy is 15 days as a way of to revamp the selling strategies, but customers pay in 60 days. So although the policy is 15 days, but the customers are paying in 60 days. So then they say, as a as a way to revamp the selling strategies, the marketing director recommended a change in credit policy. The marketing director recommended that the company should increase the credit period to 90 new credit period should be 90 days. 90 days. And introduce a discount of 4% for early payment. Then we are introducing a discount of 4%. The director has further pointed out that increasing a credit period will lead to an increase in sales by 25%. So increase in sales will be 25%. Which is in line with the company's budget. The gross profit margin is 28%. Gross profit margin is 28%. It is estimated that if a discount is introduced, 20% of the customer will take the discount. So 20% will take the discount. Meaning they'll take a discount and they pay within 15 days. And they pay in 15 days. It is further estimated that 65% of the customer will pay in 90 days. 65% will pay in 90 days. Whereas 15% of the customer will continue paying in 65 days. 15% will pay in 60 days. It's okay. The current level of bad debt is 22%. Currently, bad debt is 2%, and it will increase to 3%. Increase in bad debt. Bad debt will be 3%. Finance cost are 15%. Then required advise the management on whether the current credit policy of the company should be changed. I think this time I've captured the data that we need. So what is going to be the first is to look at our increase in sales. So increase in, this is working number 1. Okay. Two. Let me put 2, maybe to that one. Increase in sales. They told us that our sales are going to increase by 25%. That thing, an increase in sales by 25%. So our sales will be 1.25 times the 400 million, which we have as the current sales, and we get 1.25 times 400 million. This is going to be the increase in sales. the total sales. And of these sales, our cash sales, is 10%. So of these sales, 10% will be cash sales. So it means our credit sales here will be is that an increase in sales, or this is a new sales after I think that is the same. After introducing the policy, the sales is going to increase by 25%. So our new sales, that's going to be the new sales, sir. 25%. You'll have this minus this. That will be the credit sales if you change the policy. Okay, I call it new sales. Okay, new sales. Okay, this is going to be the new credit sales. Also, let me put new credit sales after the policy. And they told us that the gross profit margin is 28%. So what is our gross profit margin? Gross profit margin, which is 28% times 500 million. Times 28%. So this is the new gross profit margin after you have increased the sales. So my working number 2, I'm going to look at increase in receivables. Increase or decrease. It can either be way or decrease in receivables. So what is my current receivable? My current receivable, customers are paying in 60 days. Divided by 365 times my current credit sales, which is 360 million. 60 over 365 times 360. Are we going to calculate gross profit at 28 on the or on 100 million? Which, on 100 million, which is an increase. Sorry. Yeah, I think on increase in sales. I think I calculated it on the total sales. Oh no, it should be on 100 million. Oh, this one minus the other 400. Yeah. Where can I put increase in sales? So I can put here increase in sales. And put everything there. 500 million minus 400 million. And we get 100 million. So our gross profit margin will be on 100. Yeah, thank you. I think our day. Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think so. In current receivable is this. I think there's no mistake now. What's going to be the new receivables? The new receivables. Remember, we are having three. 20% of the customer will pay in 15 days. 65% are going to pay in 90 days, and 15% are going to pay in 60 days. Hmm. What is the question? Look like three is cash sales. No. Is it a cash or credit sales? Please check well. Not whether we say this is the credit sales because cash sales is 10%. Credit sales is 360. Please look at it well. This is the credit sales, and this is your cash sales. I think they have not changed the data. Now, so it's going to be how many? 15% are paying in 15 days. And these are how many? 20% will pay in 15 days. So this is 15 over 365 times 450 million. Plus another one is 65% will pay 90 days. This is times 20%. This is 90 over 365 times 450 times 65% plus the remainder will continue paying in 60 days. 60 over 365 times 450, and these are 15%. I think that is the new receivables we have. Why don't you use 450 as credit after policy instead of 360? This is what I'm using. This is the current receivable without changing the policy. This is the current receivables. New receivables, I think I'm using 450. Yeah, I'm not the only one who is tired, I think. Many members are tired, eh? I think we finish this question and then we stop. Okay. So this one is going to be 15 over 365 times 450. And this is going to be, hey, I'm not multiplied by 20%. Times 20%. Then another one is 90 over 365 times 450 times 65%. Then we have 60 over 365 times 450 then times 15%. I have a total of so our receivables are increasing. These are going to be the new receivables. New receivables. So we are having an increase in receivable, which is this minus this. That is the increase in the receivable. And in the question they told us the receivable is financed by a finance cost is 15%. So increase in finance cost, increase in the finance cost is this times 15%. That is the increase in finance cost after introducing the new policy. So what is remaining now is the cost of discount. It's going to be my working to cost of discount. So my cost of discount will be 450 million times the discount cost is 4%, I think. 4% times the members who are going to take the discount, which are the 20% are going to take the discount. The 20% of the customer will take the discount. So our discount cost will be 450 times 4% times 20%. So that is the discount cost. So now after calculating, I think I'm finishing all my costs that I needed. So what is remaining is just to arrange my data now. It is an increase in bad debt. I make it working for increase in bad debt. Our current bad debt is 2%. Is the current bad debt is where 2% times 360. 2% times 360M. 2%. 2%. Hey, what is wrong? 2% times 360. Then the new bad debt after the policy is 3% times 450. 3% times 450. So increase in bad debt will be this minus this. That is the increase in the bad debt after the policy. I think what is remaining is to arrange the data. That is what is remaining. So benefits of the policy. I have an increase in the gross profit. Gross profit, which is working one. Sorry. Working one is we got what? Our gross profit, we got gross profit 28, something like that. It is here, 28. Then costs for the new policy. The cost for the new policy, I have, first I have a finance cost, a discount cost, working 3, isn't it? Of this, I have increase in the finance cost, which is working 2. Then I have increase in the bad debt, which is working 4. Working, yes. So net benefit of the policy, is that. So the company should introduce a new policy, I think the data we have used is okay. So the company should introduce a new policy. The company should introduce a new policy. I don't know if you have a question. Any question, members? Hello, you are not here. You are not heard. Are you still there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Question will come in tomorrow's sessions.
In the tomorrow session?
Yeah, we should ask many
Okay,
questions.
so I think you can do this remaining part. You can do it. This is in December 2021, which was about factoring. You can do that one. Yeah.
Do we have
Since
a
you
class
have now
tomorrow?
got to. Yeah, tomorrow we shall have a class. The same time, 5:30.
Okay.
You can have a good night.
Okay.
You please do this question. Do this question of 2021, right?
Question is, sir.
Yes.
What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow there is a class at the same time.
5:30 p.m.
Yes, 5:30. Okay, I'm going to share the recording and the Excel sheet.
Okay, we are waiting.
Okay, so I think have a good night. We meet tomorrow.
The same to you, sir. Okay, sir.